Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Jets who have the foot. Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Jets who have the football as we jump right back into the action in quarter number 3. Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Gain of 6. 1st down, Buccaneers.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And this is going to be a Bucs 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. This is Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Slant to Adams. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Now here's Mahomes. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line.
A gain of 12.
12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 11-yard line. 1 yard gain.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. First down, here's the run with Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And it's
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run for it with Henry. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
A gain of 7.
They go play fake. Mahomes looking deep for Adams. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got him. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He's been terrific so far. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And now Carr going to try and run. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Bite, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Now Mahomes Flush to his right. He'll run it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, it's Henry, and he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
The ball carrier.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7, brings up 2nd and 3.
Mahomes going to throw, sliding out of the pocket, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
To number 80.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Patrick Mahomes and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Joe Burrow and the Carolina Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny when we talked to him. All he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
This opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So the Bucs now in great shape to begin their initial possession. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
The numbers for Adams in last week's game. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Now the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Burrow. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
A loss of 11 yards.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film as this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw, finding Harris over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Complete to number 33. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes rolling to his right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
On
1.
2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And 1.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On the ground, it's Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
The Buccaneers, 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Bucs are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
6-yard pickup. brings up 2nd and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From a yard out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Burrow's pass.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
Burrow.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
The tackle made.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now they try the right side here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 2.
Burrow on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mahomes firing complete, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
2nd and 10 at the Panthers' 40-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
First down. It's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He's got it complete to Diggs. Get down.
And the Buccaneers.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
you nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Burrow's pass. Incomplete from the contact.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. D Ford in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. (21-0) our score after one.
Score Buccaneers 21, Panthers nothing.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
52
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
Joe Burrow's sack.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Forced to the ground and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers about ready to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Caught on the right side by Jones.
Burrow's pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And they give this time to the tailback. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
4 yards.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Down to it inside the 5-yard line, absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with Henry. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They run with Harris. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll take this forward to the 27.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Derrick Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a